This is the Giants Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Francisco Giants, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Yo, what's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Locked On Giants Postcast. I am your host, Eric Triple E Engel. You may know me as the former producer for the Murph and Mac Morning Show on KMBR, or maybe from some of these other Locked On Postcasts we do. But today, the Giants dropped yet another game to the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight, falling 2-1 at Chavez Ravine. Logan Webb did his best to keep the team in the game, but ultimately the offense was again lackluster and failed to provide him with any meaningful run support. The one run that they got via walk, and today's loss drops the Giants' record against the Dodgers this season to just 3-7. It moves them 3 games out of that third and final National League wildcard spot. We'll break it all down, but first, I want to thank all of you for watching us on the Locked On Giants YouTube channel. Please, if you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now. Thanks also for listening on the Locked On Giants podcast feed and making us your first listen for everything Giants you need to know. Make sure to check out the Locked On Giants daily show for more in-depth coverage. My guy, Alan Stiles, does a great job. And this was a frustrating loss again for the Giants because this team just all of a sudden is allergic to runs, man. The peaks and valleys with this team are astronomical. But when this team can't hit, they really can't hit, man. You had 10 free passes today, 10 walks as an offense. And you couldn't score more than one run. I mean, the Giants had one hit, exactly one. From Patrick Bailey, of all people. And I mean, that's horrific, absolutely horrific. 14 strikeouts. You're just not going to win a baseball game if you can't put the ball in play. It is so frustrating. And it's constant missed opportunities with runners in scoring position. Again, 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position tonight and left 9 of them on base. I mean, it's so frustrating watching the Giants over and over and over again continue to shoot themselves in the foot. Logan Webb was awesome tonight, and Webby had a nice bounce back outing for him individually, not as a team effort. The Giants lost this one, but Logan Webb, 7 innings pitched, he only gave up 4 hits, and the bullpen was dog tired, man. I mean, this bullpen has been taxed over this last week. They have been thrown a ton of innings, and they really needed a night where they weren't pitching 5+ innings, 4+ innings, and Logan Webb was able to give them that night today. Only needed one guy out of the bullpen, Joey Lucchesi, who only threw that 8th inning. Didn't need a 9th inning because the Giants offense ensured that nobody from the Giants was going to have to pitch that inning here in Dodger Stadium on the road today. And so ultimately, it's just another frustrated Webby outing that gets wasted. He gets Matt Cained yet again, and this is just something that continuously happens for Logan Webb. It seems like recently the Giants have reserved their offensive outings when Logan Webb's on the mound for days when Webby doesn't have it, and that's just very, very frustrating situation as a whole. This Giants offense, this Giants lineup, I mean, so many guys with multiple strikeouts, and almost everybody who batted for the Giants today ended up striking out at least once. The only 2 who didn't, Wilmer Flores, who had 1 at bat in a pinch hit opportunity, and Elliot Ramos, the only guy who started this game who did not strike out. Christian Koss pinch hit, and he also struck out. Gerard Encarnacion also struck out in a pinch hit opportunity. So the Giants, just horrible stuff all the way around from this team. Defensively, not much better. Let's get you to today's turning point, which happened in the 6th inning.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And for me, the turning point was when that Giants defense broke, right? They were going Webb, Yamamoto toe-to-toe with each other. The defenses were both playing pretty solid, and that is until you get the Dodgers up in that top of the 6th inning, and Mookie Betts hits into a fielder's choice. Willy Adames makes the throw home, and it was on the money. Perfect play by Willy Adames, and Bailey. This guy makes this play, I want to say 98, 97 times out of 100 probably, and he just missed the ball. I mean, he never even had the ball in his glove. Maybe he turned a little bit too quick, worried about the tag, and took his eye off it, and it just missed it. But, I mean, he didn't even come up with the ball to attempt to make the tag. It wasn't like he caught the ball and then went to apply the tag and the runner kicked it out, which is kind of what it looked like in real time. But when you saw the instant replay, you could see very clearly that Pat Bailey never had a grip on it in the first place for it to be kicked out by the base runner in general. So, I mean, very, very, very frustrating situation for the Giants. Yet again, another defensive blunder kind of spoils a tight one for the Giants. I mean, that one run ends up being the winning run for the Dodgers in this one. They won 2-1, and without that mistake, the Giants probably don't give up 2 runs in that inning. They probably only give up the one. I mean, Freddie Freeman did end up getting a base knock there later on in the inning, but maybe you only hold them to 1 run ultimately. Who knows what would have happened? But you certainly don't do yourselves any favors by just dropping the baseball on a tag play. Like, it's beyond me why the Giants continue to fail at these fundamentals. It's something that has been a hallmark of this team all season long. The fundamentals have been a problem, and it just continues to rear its head in the biggest of moments. I mean, it's not just like it's one thing, right? Like, it's not just fielding. It's been catching the ball. It's been throwing the baseball. It's been missing cutoffs. It's been taking bad routes to balls in the outfield. It's been just base running blunders. I mean, how many base running blunders have we seen the Giants have this year? It is sloppy baseball all the way around, and it is painful to watch, man. Like, for a team that is supposed to win with like a cerebral game and like making the right play, having a great defense and a good pitching staff that you can rely on, this team is so far away from what their identity, what they claimed their identity was going to be coming into the season. So far removed from that. I mean, you look at the points in time where the Giants actually had peaks this year instead of valleys, and it wasn't necessarily because the defense was playing great. Like, it did step up in those moments a little bit, but they were still having the same problems more or less that they were having at other points in time. It's just that the offense during those stretches of when the Giants would get hot was absolutely crushing the baseball. And with as inconsistent as this lineup is, as hot and cold as some of these guys get, it's really frustrating when they all just get cold at the same time and you bottom out like they have at the end of the season here after rallying to put themselves back into playoff contention in the most unrealistic fashion. It's fitting, right? Like, as much up and down as we've got from the Giants, as much Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde as we've had, this is the theatrical ending that the Giants deserve for the end of the season, because I don't think that at any point in time this team really showed the consistency of what makes a playoff team, and the Giants lack that consistency in the field, at the dish, all the way around in the starting pitching staff right now. It's just not there. They're just not a consistent team, and it's tough to watch. And as I said, the strikeouts continue to haunt this team, and none were bigger than the strikeout in the 7th inning. Matt Chapman, you got 2 outs and you got the bases loaded, and you got Blake Trinan on the mound who cannot find the strike zone. Matt Chapman saw 1 strike, maybe 2, if you count that second called strike as actually being. It looked like it barely clipped the bottom of the zone, but that was a little bit of a gift to Trinan in that situation. But after that, didn't throw a single other pitch in the strike zone. Wasn't even close. None of those pitches were close. Like, they would have hit a left-handed batter in the left-handed batter's box. And they're balls out of the hand, and Matt Chapman is swinging at these pitches, and he took one of them. But I mean, for him to check swing on a sweeper that like starts a foot out of the strike zone, like, you can see it out of the hand that this is not going to be anywhere close to the strike zone, and Matt Chapman's still up there swinging at it. And the amount of times that Matt Chapman has really failed the Giants in these big moments this year, and I don't have the numbers in front of me right now, but just the number of times that he is, a runner in scoring position in less than 2 outs, and he pops out in the infield or in foul territory or watches strike 3. I mean, and I'm not saying I don't like Matt Chapman. He's one of the most essential players on the Giants. He has to be successful at the dish for this team to work. He just has to be. I mean, he has to bat better than 234 with a 786 OPS. He has to be better than that. It's not just him, right? Like, it's all the way around. Willy Adames, 226 on the season, 738 OPS. That's not really, it's been nice the second half of the season with Willie, but the first half was tough. And Matt Chapman, he hasn't really put together it's nice that Adames has had like a block of consistent playing time, right? Chapman hasn't really had that. And injuries have been a part of that as well. When he was really the hottest point in time in his season was about the midway point in games wise played, not the All-Star break, but like the midway point around like the 80th game of the season when he got that hand injury, sliding back into first base. And he was batting like 340, 350 during a couple week stretch there prior to that. And he just never regained that form. So it's frustrating to watch the Giants go down the way they have this season. This offense, fitting performance tonight. You're given 10 free gifts, 10 free 90s. That's 2.5 runs worth of free 90s, and the Giants only make one run out of it. So Giants hurt themselves again tonight. They lose to the Dodgers 2-1. What does that mean for their playoff chances? We'll get into that next on the Locked On Giants postcast. Today's show is brought to you by 5-Hour Energy. Caffeine just got a flavor upgrade. 5-Hour Energy shots deliver tasty caffeine in 17 bold flavors. Each 2-ounce shot packs the caffeine of a premium 12-ounce cup of coffee, plus B vitamins and nutrients with 0 sugar and 0 crashes. What I love most is how portable they are. Big taste, tiny shot. You can take it anywhere and get that boost when you need it. I got a super busy life, man. I'm doing Giants postcast, 49ers postcast, 49ers shows with Dwayne Board. You should definitely check them out. They're super fun. And Brian Peacock, and here on the Locked On Sports Network, and also doing my regular 9 to 5. I play slow pitch softball a lot. Point being, I'm always on the go. I'm always tired, man. I'm always super, super, super tired. So I need caffeine to get me through the day, like a human needs water to survive. And 5-Hour Energy, I mean, it's the most convenient source of caffeine that I can possibly find. I don't got to go wait in that long line at the coffee shop, and it's so convenient and super, super tasty. Enough with boring, flavorless caffeine. It's time to give your caffeine a flavor upgrade with 5-Hour Energy shots. Get the favorites you love, or be bold and try something new in store and online at www.5hourenergy.com or on Amazon today. And today's show is also sponsored by Monarch Money. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. And when you don't have time or when you don't have the full picture or the time to look at that full picture or compile it, you can end up leaving money on the table. And that's why there's Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or on your phone. Monarch is built for people with busy lives. We're just talking about how busy my life is, and anything to make my life less busy, I'm on board, which is why I love Monarch. If you've put off organizing your finances, Monarch is for you. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all your accounts in just minutes, see clear data visuals, and get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money, all without ever touching a spreadsheet. Great for people like me who are super mathematically challenged. I will absolutely completely screw that up if left to my own devices. So thank God Monarch Money is there to help us mathematically challenged people get all of this in order so we don't miss any financial opportunity. Don't let financial opportunity slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONMLB. Welcome back to the Locked On Giants postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E. Engel, and today the Giants fall to the Dodgers as they're 3-7 against the Dodgers this season. If you want to know why the Giants aren't going to make the playoffs this year, look no further than their record against the Dodgers, the Padres, and the Diamondbacks combined. They've been absolutely putrid against the NL West if you remove the Rockies from the conversation. And you gotta beat these teams if you want to make the postseason. It's as simple as that. They're teams that you see all the time. They're tough games to win, but you can't have a losing record on the season against all three of these teams and expect to make the postseason. Like you play the bulk of your schedule against your division. You're not playing, anyone else this number of times in a single season. And if you're continuously getting beat by these teams, if they just got your number, you're going to lose a lot of baseball games this year. And it feels like it's really put the Giants behind the 8 ball on this one. And that's not where you want to be. And today with the loss, the Giants slip to 3 games back in that wild card race in the National League. They moved to 76 and 77, so a game under 500. And honestly, I think that's definitely what you're going to be talking about. And more specifically, I think the Giants' playoff hopes dwindling away. This is the candle extinguishing. That's what you're going to be talking about after this one.
This is what you'll be talking about.
And it's really lights out for the Giants at this point, man. I mean, 3 games back, you got 9 to play. It's really tough. And I know that the Mets have not been playing great baseball lately. Like, they're still like the most this improbable, minute fraction of a sliver of a chance that the Giants make the postseason. But the way that this team's playing, it just does not look like they're going to do it. I mean, the Mets might just do barely enough to hang on at this point, just because nobody between the Diamondbacks, the Reds, or the Giants could really put it together enough to overtake them. I mean, the Mets are 3-7 in their last 10. The Giants, the same. I mean, they're not much better. And the Reds, I mean, 5-5 in their last 10. The Diamondbacks 5-5 in their last 10. None of these teams really seem to want to go to the postseason. Hence why we used to kind of cut it off at 2 teams, because this third team doesn't really seem to belong there in my mind. There's a big gap between that third wildcard team and the top 2 wildcard teams. And it's kind of that way every single year, it seems like to me. And it's not the best situation for the Giants right now to be looking up at 3 teams between them and the final postseason spot. And it's just not going to happen. I mean, it's so improbable. Like, they need so many things to go right for them to get to the postseason at this point. You got to leapfrog 3 separate teams. I just don't see it happening. And maybe there's, if the offense does what it was doing, at the beginning of this month, and the Giants start scoring, 11, 12 runs a game from here until the end of the season, maybe you got to pretty much, salvage at least 2 of the last 3 in LA to have a chance. And I just really don't see that happening. I really don't see that happening with the Giants the way they're going right now. You have to be able to hit the ball. And that tomorrow, for instance, it's going to be a really tough day. It's Kershaw's final start as a Dodger in the regular season. He's announced that he's going to retire after this year. So that there's going to be, just so much juice in Dodger Stadium for Kershaw that day. And he's probably going to be hyped up, man. He's probably going to just go all, go all out, leave nothing left in the reserve tank. He's going to leave it all out there on the field. And it's fitting that this game for him comes against the Giants. As far as hateable Dodgers, I'm not saying I like the guy Kershaw, but he's there's he's no Yasiel Puig, right? Like, we can all collectively say Yasiel Puig, not our favorite guy, but Clayton Kershaw, class act, and he's been just a stud in his time in Major League Baseball. If he was a Giant, we all would have loved him. And it's a bummer that he had to spend his whole career as a Smurf, man. So I tip of the cap to Clayton Kershaw, hell of a career. Really, really, really bummed that it was all in that gross Dodger blue. And hopefully the Giants are able to spoil that last start tomorrow and not give him anything happy to write home about, because I don't want that to be what we remember as his final start. I want us to remember the Clayton Kershaw that blew it in the postseason all the time and could never live up to what he was supposed to be in those big moments. That's what I want to see in his start tomorrow. Keep the Giants' hopes alive for another day, at least. If they're able to win 2 against the Dodgers, I would say that puts them sort of still in that, like, breathing but on life support category. If you drop 2, if you drop 2 of the next 3 against this team, this one's over. So Giants lose today, and it wasn't very pretty. We got to get you a player of the game before we get on out of here. Almost left that one out, and I think you know who it's going to be. Today's player of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
And I'm seeing in the chat, my guy Cole, one of our everydayers, saying Webb doesn't get enough credit. Dom Peralta letting us know that Webb got caned, and it's fitting on a night like tonight that we got to give Webb the player of the game. Who else are you going to give it to? There was only one Giant who even got a base hit in this one, but 2, Logan Webb doesn't get enough credit, man. He just has been so good for the Giants time and time again. I know he's had some rocky starts as of late, but this guy, for the most part, when you look at the big picture in his time with the Giants, he has been by far their most consistent player, not just their most consistent pitcher, but their most consistent player of any sort. And without Logan Webb, this team would be in a sorry state with its starting pitching. So I'm super glad Logan Webb's a Giant. I hope that he spends his whole career as a Giant, and I never want to see Webby wear another uniform. Get my guys some run support, please, for the love of God. Just get Logan Webb a run. I mean, take a walk, Matt Chapman. Like get Logan Webb a run in any way possible. Lay one down. I don't care what you got to do. Drop a bunt when the defense isn't expecting it. Try anything to put the ball in play. Don't strike out 14 times and hang Webby out to dry like it was tonight. Like he was tonight. And it just seems like he is almost every night that he has a night like this on the mound. That's all the time we got for you guys today here on the Locked On Giants postcast. Very, very, very frustrating loss for the Giants. I think they got, like I said, if you're able to salvage 2 wins against this Dodgers team, you still get to barely stay alive on life support. But I think we pretty much saw the candle get snuffed today in this loss. That's all the time we got for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Peace.